Hey, we're live. What's up, everybody? This is Phil from Zaid Comics. I'm the writer, co-creator of Magic Cop, which you can see in the back there, and the Lost Pages. We have awesome news about the Lost Pages. We just did an update video, so you guys can check that out later after you are done with the stream. But today, we're doing another episode of Crossing the Border, where we talk to comic creators about their new project and how they got into it and actually crossed the border from being a fan into being a comic creator. And we have a guest that is back once again to talk about his new project that is still in demand on Indiegogo. If you guys read the title, you know that Drew is here with us, and we're going to be talking about Captain Love. What's up, Drew?
Hey, what's going on, man? Yeah, chapter 2 is about ready to launch.
Hell yeah.
Got the mailing list going for that. Got to honestly, I got lots of people that I from mailing lists before. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But so
Good.
that's not my biggest worry. My biggest worry is getting people to know that they got to be on this mailing list if they want to get the goodies that are available for signing up on this mailing list. You know what I mean? So
Hell yeah, man.
that's been a challenge. That's been a challenge. Getting
Yeah,
people
well,
to know that.
that's the whole thing, right? Growing your numbers, growing your fan base as well. Um, yeah, that's something brand new to a lot of creators, especially these creators that are coming from a place like if they've been doing comic books for a while and they're trying to do self-published stuff independently, like we're doing, or just being a fan, becoming a creator, trying to wrangle in as many new eyes that you can to get it onto your project. So the trials and tribulations for sure there, but everything's very still in its infancy. You know, um, you and I, we launched our first campaigns last year. I think you did yours last year as well. So, we still only have, I think, one book under our belts. So to see where this goes in a few years is going to be really crazy, really cool. And, from the first book to the second book, we've been expanding, and with a lot of the creators, we've seen that growth uh, for sure, for sure. What are some of the kind of like the tips you would give people for doing that, for growing that audience?
Uh, you know, I would say avoid the COVID virus because that kind of fucked some shit up.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, that messed up all the game plan. The What I would tell people is that crowdfunding is a good way to get your comic out there,
yeah,
but you really have to start networking immediately. I mean, even though it's like it is an uphill battle. I mean, it
yeah,
really is because you get to a certain plateau, and then you can only push so far after you've reached out and you've sent out all the messages and everybody knows who you are in your circle. Now you got to find new circles. That's the challenge. See, that's the beauty of, like, say, like a community, a comicscape, where they reach out to each other and you can, like, rub elbows in new circles. That's always good.
right.
um, but it's not as still not as good as like a convention where you're sitting at a table and people who are there to find new comics come walking by over and over and over again. I mean, that there's nothing that compares quite to that as far as introducing your product, because you know you can pitch stuff and sell stuff online like crazy, but they get your product in their hands, it's kind of hard to put it down.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to a lot of creators that did the con circuits a lot, and that was the big thing, right? Is actually, you engage someone, you talk to them about the book, and then you hand them the book. It's there, it's in front of them, it's ready to go. They could flip through, they could smell, they could see the pages, could see that art up close and personal, and they know the product that they're getting, right?
It's right, and it's amazing to watch people become hardcore fans, like,
Yeah,
like instantly right in front of you. The one can I mean I didn't here's the fucked up part. I didn't get a chance to do a lot of conventions before COVID hit. You know
yeah,
what I mean? I had my book fulfilled. You know what I mean? And after the fulfillment, You know what I mean? It was basically virus time. Bam,
Yeah.
smack. I had like two conventions, three conventions, and I had like 16 lined up. You know what I mean? And the 16 that lined up all canceled, and the three that I went to were pretty small. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like, but the coolest thing is, like, I remember was like I was sitting there at my table, had my book out. At the time, I only had the one book. Now I have a lot more to put out on the table than just the
Yeah.
one book. I actually have another chapter, and then in chapter two. By the time conventions are available again, I'm going to have chapter two done. You know what I
That's
mean?
the
So I'm
cool
gonna,
thing. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm really excited about that because I did conventions back in the day, probably like 8 years ago at this point. And I don't know if I've showed you this, but we used to put out comics about the Silhouette, who's in the Lost Pages. He was our first
Mhm.
character my brother and I ever created together. And we actually found some of the old issues. Here's one. And this is the Silhouette number two, came out in 2014. So quite some time ago, and this was not illustrated. It was photographs of me and my friends in front of a green screen, and my brother would Photoshop it. So kind of different because we weren't confident in drawing. The writing is so different. I was in my first year in college, so I think I'm a much better writer than what this is. And people are
Right.
like, "Oh, you should put this out and have maybe digital or something, just so people could see." But the characters changed a lot, and everything. The convention going has changed a lot too since then. Not only with
Mhm.
COVID stuff, but everything's really different. The prices of tables are much more expensive now. We were selling this for $5 an issue, and you know, so there's like 50 of them out there. They're going to be really rare one day. Um, so back then we did that, but all we had was this stuff, right? So going maybe like next year or a couple of years, going to conventions and having, Magic Hop, the Lost Pages, same thing with you, the three, by that time you'll have three or four Doctor or Captain Love
Yeah, who
books
knows? I mean,
done,
yeah, if we're talking like spring
right?
next year, I might actually have three chapters
Yeah,
of Rise of the Pirate King, the first book, Hero of the Cleansing, and I have another project that's going to be coming out. Roughly spring. I mean, I'm gonna try and start the campaign, early in the year for it, and it's going to be
that's
probably coming out in
exciting, man.
spring.
That's just the thought of like, okay, I did this Indiegogo. Everything, all the art and stuff is now paid for. All I have to do, especially if you overprint, and which I know you do overprint, you do your overprinting stuff, and now you could take that to cons and get that into even a bigger group of fans. That's really cool. Something that I'd be down for. I think that's really cool to see how people, guys like us, do on that side of the market. You know?
I think honestly, I mean, from the reactions I got from people from that I saw that pick up my book and and look at it, and I see the reactions.
Yeah,
Like my favorite story to tell so far. I don't have a lot of stories because I've only had the three small conventions. You know what I mean? But my
right.
favorite story so far is it was 2 day convention. The first day, this guy and his girlfriend were going around looking at all the toys and stuff like that, and they came back to the table and they sat. And they probably spent like 20 minutes talking to me, asking about the character, looking through the book,
Nice.
seeing that there was trading cards and stuff, and then they're like, I really like this. Well, maybe we'll come back, right? And they didn't come back that day, and that was totally cool because they were digging it. And I was like, hey, I turned them on to Captain Love. It's now in their head and whatever.
For sure.
They came back the next day. They each bought themselves a copy
Nice. Yeah,
and all the and a whole set of trading cards and wanted me to sign everything. You know what I mean?
that's so cool.
So they said, okay, we want everything you have. You know what I
That's
mean?
great, man.
And so it's like now I got like I'm gonna I've learned my game even better. You know what I mean? And I get to implement it because now we'll have more product, but I'll also have all this artwork for for like pinups. I have like leftover pinups. I have leftover bookmarks. I have swag that didn't go out and
Yeah,
that I had to pay to print, but didn't get claimed because there weren't enough backers or whatever. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
Well,
like that goes with them later.
just think of it like right now is we're training for the big big event, right? We're getting all this stuff done.
I just
And
think of it like business. I'm just building an IP. I'm,
yeah, yeah, for sure.
it's it's like if you had, a big stack of wood and a hammer and some nails, and you had to find a couple people to help you build, and you fucking start. You just got to start doing it. You
Yeah,
got to swing that fucking hammer, and fucking months later, there's a little bit of fucking foundation, but you got the framework up. You know what I mean? And you swinging that hammer, fucking few months later, you got fucking more going on. And so, like, yeah, I keep swinging this fucking hammer. At some point, my fucking project will be profitable. You know, that'll be like the big win at that
no,
point
yeah, for
for
sure.
me. I'll be like, okay, now I'm not using my money. Now I'm using the project's money.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like it's no longer out of my pocket. Now, I can reinvest into this over again. And then at then that at some point that becomes a profit margin to
Hmm.
where you are actually making money on top of having everything paid for. So that right there, that goal to me is really far down the road. Like I have no like I don't feel confident at the current market to I'm echoing.
Are you?
I am.
I don't hear it. I think you
It's
should
in
move
my
back
head.
on.
Must not be on your end.
No, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got some awesome people in the chat. Studio 762, what's up, brother? Thanks for tuning in as always. And Indigenous Monstrosity Mon Monstrositus X, man. This guy's awesome. I love his art. I can't wait for your book, man. I can't wait for you to get rolling on that so you can come on the show and talk about it because you got some really cool characters. Yeah, Indigenous Monstrosity is a badass. Oh, there is a sound echo. I don't hear it, Brandon. Where's the sound
That
echo?
means it's probably on your end because you don't hear it.
Huh? Is it when I talk, Drew?
No, it's when I speak.
Oh, I know what it is.
I
Okay,
hear it when you speak.
I know what it is. It's that stupid. It's because I shared with audio.
Uh, Wait, you
Which
can't share with audio? You need to
it's
listen to things.
I'm doing it incorrectly
Oh,
because my headphones are messed up. Yeah,
uh,
so that's what it is. Yeah, yeah. That
uh,
happens to Ethan all the time because yeah. All right,
so
so
this is
yeah.
the existing chapter one. I'm actually thinking about. Uh, I think I might leave this campaign open, but then again, I was thinking about closing it um, so that everybody would, if they want to get chapter one with their chapter two, they'll just
Hmm.
get it on chapter two, and it'll boost the numbers on chapter two versus splitting it up.
Yeah, for
Uh,
sure.
I decided that I'm just gonna like probably close the executive producer tier also, which I was
Yeah,
thinking about keeping that open the whole time, but I really like it on the first campaign. You know what I mean? It's a great way for people to get in and back the whole thing, and you know what I mean, and like that. But I think that it's too much to explain to people when you're in chapter two, chapter three. You know what I mean? It,
yeah.
it's just too much. And I find that people are suffering when it's not very traditional. You know what I mean? Like they didn't. I mean, it went over well. I mean, I freaking did like 100 almost of those executive
Well,
producers. You know what
the
I mean?
other thing is too is it's if you do it that way, then it's exclusive for this first campaign. So
Mhm.
the fans that got in there, first and hit up that executive tier, then that's exclusive to them, and that makes those guys feel even more special for that.
Right. They don't got to worry
Yeah,
about backing again for the rest of the campaigns.
yeah,
They're covered. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
For
So
sure. Yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah, I wanted to talk about this for a little bit and then talk about the new book with the new mailing list. We'll go over that as well. So give us a quick rundown of what Captain Love is going to be encountering in the chapter one, Rise of the Pirate King.
all right. So chapter one, Rise of the Pirate King, Captain Love basically is having to deal with a little bit of space pirates trying to kill him.
Yeah.
You know. And then he gets some damage to his ship and has Barney work on it while he stumbles himself into a bar fight and you know gets some ass and then you know basically we learn that the pirates are still coming at him. We also find out that there is a very cruel, very mean, very bad motherfucker who wants love dead.
Oh,
We discover that in the chapter one. That's that guy hiding there on the screen. I say hiding on the screen because he's obviously in the shadow.
in the shadows,
Right.
engulfed in shadow. Yeah, it was pretty badass. Yeah, and it would not be a Captain Love story without the captain getting some ass, for
Yeah. Well,
sure.
here's I'll tell everybody a secret. Captain Love isn't going to get ass in every chapter.
Oh,
You know what I mean? It's he's going to get ass in every book.
what a twist!
Yeah. Well, you can't get. Here's the thing, right?
There's some ass right
Like,
there.
there's each chapters have got to be between 24 and 32 pages long. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So if I have him getting laid in every fucking 24 pages,
you're right. You're right. Yeah,
it's bad storytelling. Damn it, it's just bad storytelling. Um, but it doesn't mean he doesn't get ass because he
yeah.
does.
And this is
Obviously,
still available on this campaign, this Vinny
right.
cover for the first one,
Uh,
right?
well, no, actually, I the variant cover is no longer available. If you did not get
Really?
it, you don't got it. I
Okay.
might I have some leftovers, because I from fulfillment,
Yeah.
uh, and I might put them on future campaigns like limited. You know what I mean? Like maybe like 5 or 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
To let people get them up. Um, you know what I mean? But they're not going to be they're going to be at a premium because just let me just tell you that is the most exclusive of the Captain Love books. There was
Yeah.
only a hundred printed of those,
Wow.
right? The variant cover from the first book had 200, right? And then the main cover had only 800. You know, so when you think about these numbers, you know what I mean, having just 100, I mean that makes it kind of, you know, more rare. Also, it costs me more to produce.
Oh, for
So
sure. Yeah. And that just adds to the exclusivity. Fans love that kind of stuff, especially now. This kind of feels like the old school days where people like want the exclusive stuff so they could collect. It makes them feel great because they're getting something special, and who knows, they could sell it in the future. We've seen a lot of books um, from our buddies go up on eBay for a lot, big markup for sure.
yeah. Well, here's the thing, I mean, it's like if Captain Love blows up, like if there's a video game that's a hit, or a fucking movie that's a hit, or something
Yeah.
like that happens, and Captain Love really blows up. I mean, obviously, comic books take a long time to become hits. You know what I
Yes.
mean? It's even Ethan makes a lot of money on his book, and he's moved like 5,000 copies. If you go market standard by copy movement, that's not a hit. You know what I mean? So as far as that goes, however, he's made a shitload more money on it than people
Right,
who
because
have.
he has no one else to pay out but himself, right?
Right,
The
exactly.
colorist and people so that's the cool thing, right?
Well,
Even though
he's cut out the distributor and the publisher.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
and
by
that
being the
goes
publisher
for all of
himself.
us too.
That
Like
that's
we're
like
good,
that's like yeah, that's like 70% of the fucking cover of the costs right there. Those two
yeah,
guys.
yeah. But and then I really wanted to talk about this, Drew, because since you and I are both writers,
Yeah.
that is a totally different aspect than to what guys that are writing and drawing the project because they don't have to pay an artist,
Right.
right?
That would save me if I could draw. I could save a lot of money.
Oh, for sure, man. Yeah, you and me both. That's the crazy thing where you see a lot of these guys that are doing it themselves. Um, even if people are like, if you and I are making have more sales than those guys, they might be making more of a profit than us because they're doing it themselves. They don't have to pay out for an artist.
Correct.
So I do think that's not talked about a lot by writers doing
Well,
streams and stuff like
they'll say
that.
they're paying themselves as an artist.
Yeah,
You know what I
sure.
mean?
Oh, for
Right.
sure.
Whereas I'm
Yeah.
not able to pay myself as a writer. You know what I mean? So it's
Right. Yeah.
like
Yeah. One day that'll happen. That's going to be an
right.
awesome day when we're able to do that. But starting off, we're taking our lumps. We're
Yeah.
grinding on this,
My
staying
artist
up
gets
late
paid.
nights.
My
Yeah.
my illustrator is making money on Captain Love. He's
Oh,
he's
for
getting
sure.
paid. So colorist too. They're
As they should. This is beautiful art here, man. Yeah. And I wanted to talk about the next installment because we've had you on to talk about Captain Love, chapter one. Guys, definitely check this out. Back at
yeah.
the
And look, if you want to get in on that executive producer, if you were listening,
yeah.
I'm going to be yanking that. All right.
Hmm.
I'm pretty much set on it. I don't know if I'm going to do it like when I launch the campaign or sometime after launching the campaign. You know what I mean? I may leave chapter one up there, variations of chapter one itself, so that you can get it right away. You know what I
Yes.
mean? I've been thinking about doing that during chapter two, so that you don't have to wait. You can get your chapter one and then your chapter two. Although I've been also debating whether or not to throw it back over. I've been wishy washy on that. However, I
Yeah.
haven't. I kind of lost my wishy washiness on the executive producer thing. Chapter one is, the campaign is over. This right here, executive producer means you're going to get 7 deliveries. You're going to get well, depending on when you're going to get 7 deliveries. So you're going to get chapter one, you're going to get chapter two when that campaign ends, chapter three when that campaign ends, chapter four when that campaign ends, chapter
Yes.
five when that
7
campaign ends,
books. Yeah.
chapter six when that campaign ends, and then the final compiled graphic novel when that campaign is over.
Yeah.
Which means
So, I mean, how
for
many
100
pages is all
bucks,
that going to be? That's
well,
crazy.
yeah, I mean, if you really think about it, it's a fucking steal and a half, especially at Comicsgate prices,
Yep.
because it's basically the final graphic novel is going to be somewhere near. It's going to be over 144, less than 160 pages, somewhere between that, right?
Yeah.
Depending on how many 32 pagers I decide to throw in there. You know,
Hmm.
I set my goal at 24 pages for a chapter. You know what I mean? I write them in that confining timeline,
Right.
and then I try to if I know in the back of my head that if I need to add 8 pages, I can.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
but
No, that's awesome.
I could add only 4 if I want. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
I mean, I know I can add up to 8. But I'm not adding 1 or adding 2. I got to either add 4 or add 8 because that's the way the printing works. They're numbers of 4. So if I add just 2 pages and I want to add 2 pages of graphics, I can do that. You know what I mean? But I gotta whatever I add is going to be in the book. It's going to be the final of that chapter. So it's going to be, you know, part of it. So I would rather use it for space as far as the story goes. You know what I mean? So I can extend the story, but
Yeah.
that'll also go. So the beauty though is I don't have to pay to after all 6 chapters are done. I'll have the graphic novel, and then obviously I can do a nice big run of that. Have that in demand. It can sit next to Hero of the Cleansing in demand. You know what I mean? And those 2 books can be like that until I can have enough popularity to actually have a store. People can actually just go to my store. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Right
Yeah.
now, having a store just doesn't make sense. I mean, unless you like do an Etsy or something like that. You know what I mean? But it's like having comic books on Etsy just seems kind of weird.
Kyung Lee does it. He makes a killing on it. You could see how many sales he has on there too. Yeah, I bought from him and he shipped it out like the same week. Kyung's awesome. So Battlemane and Knuckle Bomb's on there, and he marks them down too, and because he does them in newsprint on the Etsy store. It's pretty cool. But we got Christopher John in the chat. Thank you for tuning in.
Hey, how's it
Um,
going?
yes, yes, yes. Monstrositus is congratulating everybody. Thank you,
Hey, thanks.
brother.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah,
Captain Love is technically a success. It's just I have not made back my investment yet. So it's the I am not
it'll
losing any
happen, man.
money anymore. You know what I mean? It's like basically chapter one was profitable enough to where it paid for itself, and it pays for chapter two's production. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I mean, it's I mean, I don't want to say what I pay to have production done, but just say chapter one has been enough to pay for chapter one, chapter two. So if
Yeah,
chapter two is enough to pay for chapter three and chapter four, that's going to be fucking awesome, right? And you know
yeah,
what I mean?
man.
It's the logic here. And then chapter three comes out, and we're saying that pays for five and six, right? And then I start whittling down my debt. You know what I mean? On four, five, and six. You know what I mean? And then the final book obviously should be all gravy at that point. You know, so I'm hoping that God willing, everybody supports Captain Love and backs every chapter and tells the friends to back chapters. I mean, seriously, my book is not expensive. I want to keep the price low for people. You know what I mean? So I need numbers. I need
Drew's
people to
got that
back.
hard sell.
Yeah. I mean, it's fucking $15 for the book, and I have the shipping included. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's not $15, and then you got to pay $10 shipping on top of that, unless you're out of the country. You know what I mean? Then it's then shipping is an additional charge. But
So Christopher John in the chat, he asked whose character is Anubis? Is that a question for you, Drew? Do you know what he's
I
talking
don't
about?
have an Anubis in my stories.
All right. I think are so there's Anubis is in one of the stories for the Lost pages. I don't know if you're talking about that. If you saw that on the campaign page, Wildcard fights him in the bonus comic. So Anubis is the god of the underworld. There's like a very short story where he's tracking down Anubis, and then it ends with him fighting. So if that's what you're talking about, Christopher, then he's in the Lost pages. Yeah, we got a bunch of
Maybe he's asking
gods.
who's drawing that.
What's that?
He's asking who's drawing Anubis.
Who's he's asking who drew it is Maxi Dallo, who's actually the same guy who did the silhouette. So the first story we ever did together, which I'll show when I scroll down when we go over the Lost pages for a little bit. I'll remind me to look at that Anubis. Yeah, it's the same guy. So that was the first story we did for the Lost pages. Really fun. You guys will check that out. We just got it colored up. But we're gonna talk about chapter 2, right?
Yeah, chapter two.
Bam.
Now there's uh, this video. Can we watch this, or is it going to mess up your sound?
Yeah, I'll
'Cause
do
I can.
that.
I mean, if you need, I can share my screen and pull in another computer or whatever.
No, I'll do it. It'll be fine. Share audio. Yeah, I don't think I've seen this video yet. Is this a new video?
This is brand new.
Awesome.
As it
Okay.
is.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Yeah, so let's check this out, people. I don't know if you can hear it.
Hi, my name is Drewish, and I'm the author of the Captain Love series. I want to tell you all about the second book, Rise of the Pirate King. Yeah, that's a thing. And in this book, you're gonna get everything that you would expect from Captain Love. Yeah, you bet. And I'm blessed enough to be able to use an amazing creative team. If you know what I mean, if it feels like the universe is caving in, you need love to the rescue. And it seems like nothing will be right again, you need love to the rescue. Captain Love to the rescue. All right now. Now Captain Love is a space trucker and a former war hero. There is even a legend that he may be immortal. He's accompanied by Spade, who's a living AI. Yes, I said immortal. As in he cannot die. It feels like the universe is caving in. You need love to the rescue. And it seems like nothing will be right again. You need love to the rescue. Captain Love to the rescue. Oh yeah. In this book, you'll get space pirates, sexy girls and science monks. There'll be bar fights, space battles, and a lot of awesome junk. There's nudity and violence and swearing within, so this book is mature. That means it's not made for children. And you feel like the universe is caving in, there'll be love to the rescue. And it seems like nothing will be right again. There'll be love to the rescue. Captain Love to the rescue. Captain Love to the rescue. Captain Love. Captain Love to the rescue.
Thank you for your time. Please back Captain Love and help me share this character with the whole world. And if you're not too busy, like and share this video and help me spread the love. Stay awesome.
There it is. Now I loved that the song was different, but also the same as the last song.
Yeah. I actually recorded it, real recording, you know what I mean, this time, instead of just a one take with me and the guitar. Because actually, the truth of the matter is, I was going to do this last time,
Yeah.
but I was having trouble like with the software and figuring it out, and I didn't have a lot of time. I wanted to launch the campaign, so I used my scratch track, which is, you know what I mean, which what the other one was. It was when I recorded it, I never intended to use it. It was just to be like, as an example. So
Yes.
yeah, but thank you. Yeah, I actually play guitar on this, and this recording, as well as sing it and
Nice, man. Yeah, that was
synthesize the bass line and everything else too. So
no one else is doing that. No one else is doing their own singing their own tunes. I dig it.
yeah, well, I mean, how many songwriters are in the group? You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
imagine if there were more songwriters, there'd be more people doing that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, yeah. So if you guys, what do they get if they hop onto this mailing list? Why should they get on there, Drew?
Okay, there's two reasons why.
Oh,
All right,
all right.
there's going to be a discount available on one of the larger, more desirable perks.
All right.
That's only going to be available through this, right? And if I do, well, not if, it's actually going to be I'll just tell you guys now. I am going to yank the executive producer off chapter 1, and it's going to become a secret link on this that's going to be there temporarily.
Oh,
So it'll be a last chance executive producer that'll only be available for people on this list. Just so
nice.
we know.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. Have you announced that yet?
No, that was
Oh,
probably the actual announcement. I was going to keep it secret.
exclusives. All right. Okay.
I was going
Okay.
to keep it secret until launch countdown. I was going to say
Yeah.
that people, you know what I mean? And then, hey, that's not for you to play with. Stop. She's trying to take my adapter.
Oh,
She can't have my adapter.
cats. It's got cats.
I got a few of those. I'm fond of pussy. Everybody likes that joke. I don't know why. The campaign. I forget what I was saying, dude.
The second part of the mailing list thing.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So the other bonus for the mailing list is that there is going to be art that is exclusive. Like the people who got on the last mailing list that bought the secret perk that had the free bonus art,
Yeah.
got a pinup that nobody else got.
Hmm.
They got an exclusive pinup that nobody else had. So that
That's
was
awesome.
the free bonus art tier.
Yeah, I
You know what
love
I mean?
doing that with like prints, trading cards, exclusive stuff like that. What we did is if you were on the mailing list, you get an exclusive trading card. So very similar to that. Prints are really cool too because they're bigger, You get to see all that beautiful detail. Now, what I want to talk about is like these characters here. Do we know who they are? They remind me a lot of like the Hellfire Club from X-Men. That like secret, almost sex cult society of really rich mutants. Uh, so what's up with them?
What they are is they are the upper echelon. I don't want to. I got to be careful how I say this because I don't want to spoil who they are because it's not really fully explained until chapter 3.
All right.
Just so you know, not fully explained. But basically, they're the high society of the people on the ship that has hired Love for what is obviously a bogus mission.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're obviously up to something, and they have a lot of robots working and stuff like that, and they're obviously up to something.
Yeah.
So what they're up to, what their associations are, who they are, all that really isn't explained in chapter 2, so I don't want to spoil it. It'll be addressed more in chapter 3. You guys will get a feel for who the hell they are. I mean, I'm not like really big surprise. It's just that I mean, I just don't want to like actually just spell out the spoilers. You guys want to make I want to make you guys, like, when you're reading it, I want you to make your own connections and wonder. And because you don't know, you're like, oh, is this gonna happen? Is he gonna do this? I was right. Damn it, I was wrong. I love it when people, when
Yeah.
people. That's my favorite part of storytelling, is when people try to guess what I'm going to say next and they're wrong, or they love it because they're fucking right. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
For sure. Yeah, if you guys are just tuning in, definitely check out Captain Love. The link is in the description. I'm going to drop this link again in the chat for the new sign up.
you
And
got
if you guys haven't
the
yet,
easiest way to find all the Captain Love stuff is to go to Indiegogo and search Captain Love. Seriously, is
yes.
all the both in demand campaigns and the mailing list will all pop up on that search. So
Yeah, and if you guys haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel, give us a like so we could rise in the ranks of having subs, and
yeah,
ring that bell for notification because we do these streams every week. We're streaming like twice a week now. We might start streaming more on the weekends as well. But we're getting into the nitty gritty of the lost pages, getting a lot of pages in and stuff like that. So don't have a lot of time to stream,
and
but we.
the cover for chapter 2 is by Henry Ponciano.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he actually has really like nailed the feel of Captain Love. I mean, he really kind of like has really like
Oh, you know what?
hammered
He
that.
did some work with Beacon, right? He was
Yeah,
doing stuff for
yeah,
Seven Legions.
he's worked on Seven Legions. That's correct.
That's right. That's right. I've heard that name before. Yeah. And is that this cover right here we're looking at?
Yeah, that's right there. What we're looking at right there.
Oh, yeah. That's great. That's killer. Great colors too.
Yeah, the same colorist.
Yeah. No, that's fun, man. No, yeah. Everybody, check this out. Sign up, like I said. You're gonna get some awesome bonus art. You're gonna get some ability to get some secret tiers, secret perks, which is always good. It's the better for the fans. And yeah,
Well,
and
I
you
find
know,
the mailing list, is, I mean, like, is helpful. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But most of the people that are going to hit this mailing list, I probably already have their email. I mean, I would say like 80%. You know what I mean? So when you think of it like that, the mailing lists really aren't that big of a bonus for me. So I've turned it into something for the backers. It
right,
has to
yeah,
be for the backers. So it's the most important reason why you want to get in the mailing list is so you can get that, either that discount on the bigger thing because you're like, hey, I want to get a big fucking buy and I want a discount,
right,
or like I want exclusive art that nobody else is getting.
yeah. No, yeah, yeah, you're right. Um, yeah, and the mailing list is it's totally free. Just you could sign up, and also check out chapter 1 of the Pirate King, because that's going to start you off
Yeah.
in the series. And that the thing I love about what you're doing, Drew, and Captain Love is we already know that it's a long running series. You have this planned out. You're gonna make it happen,
Yeah, even if
and
I could do that out of pocket, all 6 chapters should get me done.
right, that's what I love about you. You're super passionate about it. You need this stuff to come out, and we're just along for the ride. So this stuff is happening no matter what, and it's not just like a one and done one
That,
shot.
that is an actual truth. I mean,
No,
like before I even found Comicsgate as a community, you know what I mean? I
yeah,
was looking into my distribution options. One of them was, going through major publishers. I did not want to do that. I was recommended not to do that. You know what I mean? I wanted to
yeah,
actually my game plan was to actually make the book myself and then go through diamond distribution. Hopefully, I was going to raise enough money to print enough quantity to fulfill what their minimum first run stuff is. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I was going to warehouse with them because if you warehouse with them, they're more opt to move the product because they want to get it out of the warehouse so that you'll warehouse with them again.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Plus, it's cheaper, so you don't have to ship to them every time there's an order. They have it in stock. They just whip it out and throw it, and you know what I mean. Um, there's downsides and everything. Everybody takes a shit on the industry, on the business, all that kind of stuff. The truth of the matter is, there's no better way to get comics into people's hands than through distribution to the local comic book stores.
Yeah.
That's biggest, the easiest way. And if you have a book that can sit on the shelf like this one,
Uh-huh.
someone pick it up, like, well, this is kind of cool. The cover got my attention. And they pick it up and they start. Usually, almost everybody starts at the back. I don't know why. Yes, they do. You know what I mean? They start at the back and they start flipping. You know what I mean? And if you can, at that point, if you've delivered something to them and you got a quality product and a good price, they're going to walk out the fucking store with your book. You know what I mean? And that is basic marketing, product production,
Yeah.
stuff. You know, it's a lot of people don't think about that level when they're like, I'm just going to get my first book out. I just want to do this. I just want to make comics. I just want to have fun. You know what I mean? That's all great for me. That is basically why I'm doing this. I have stories that are in me that have to come out. Captain Love had to be born, had to happen. You know what I mean? Had to happen. And
Yeah.
and there's a lot more to tell. You know what I mean? It's got to come out. You know what I mean? And you know, this is the medium that it's coming out on. You know what I mean? There will be other Captain. Look, I've already written, and I'm sitting on a Captain Love movie. I am I've already mapped out, and when I finish getting this Rise of the Pirate King all the way going to where I have to write just in case Illustrator changes something and I makes the story change. I try not to write too far ahead. I have everything outlined and everything, but the actual descriptions and the dialogue I don't have written out until I'm ready to give the chapter to the illustrator.
So
You know
what
what
do
I
you
mean?
think about this? King
Yeah.
KDI, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Did you ever think about looking at Amazon for distribution? I guess they won't do PR for the product though.
Actually, Amazon's is a pretty viable source.
Yeah.
The only thing about Amazon that's a problem is there's two issues you got to deal with Amazon. All right. The first issue is if you have Amazon do the print on demand thing,
Yes.
it's garbage. It's fucking
Yeah.
shit print. It is not worth doing. They're going to do fucking half-assed fucking digital runs, and the book's going to overprice and it's going to cost too much and there's no profit margin at all. Right. So you're basically taking a hit and it's not even worth it. Amazon does market internally, and they do suggestions, and there's a whole way to utilize Amazon's marketing tools to sell things like that. And the second run of the first book, and any book that goes second run will end up on Amazon. And then by the time I'm doing second runs and I put the book on Amazon, I probably will also release the digitals finally, but on Comixology. You know what I mean? So I am thinking that route, eventually.
Yeah.
But it's not new comics. That's when my comics have aged. You know what I mean? And that's when Amazon works because people don't really search for new comics on Amazon. You know what I mean? They're looking for a specific title or something, you know what I mean? Or something because they're looking for something. They don't usually
Right. They
like,
already know what they're looking for. They're not searching for like, oh, let's go check Amazon for
yeah,
something
it's
new
very
that I haven't
rare
heard of.
you're going to get somebody to buy your fucking comic book like, oh,
Right.
what's this? Oh, this sounds cool. No, that's very unlikely.
Right.
It's one in a fucking million, and you know what I mean. And it's just not worth counting on. You can't bank on that. And I'm doing a business here. I gotta focus on what I can bank on. You know what I mean? What I can make happen. And I know I can make each of these fucking chapters clear $5,000. You know what I mean? Busting ass. After an in demand at least. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
that if I can't do that, then fuck, I suck. The network sucks. Everything fucking sucks. All right. And so that's I know that if I can do that, I can do at least 10. That'd be great. If I can do 15, that's even greater. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If I
Well, I
can
mean,
keep it.
yeah,
If I,
you see. you see the growth, man, and we're seeing it all around us. Even though, it's a slow growth, but this is, we don't have the years like others have under their belt. Um,
Yeah, well,
so it's
it's
the
not for me.
grind.
It's not a competition of numbers. Like, okay, so like I got to think about it reality business wise, right? So like
Right.
this is the logic. So like chapter one had the executive producer tier, right? That was
Uh-huh.
$100 tier. It was a great deal. It was like crowdfunding the whole project ahead of time. You know what I mean? And you jump in on that, and that. So I got something like between like I think like almost 90 people did that. I don't actually have the count in front of me. It was not quite 100, but it was getting close. I'm
Right.
actually it might have even been like 99. You know what I mean? It really. But so let's just use 100 as a number, okay? So if you have 100 hundreds, you know what I mean? You have $10,000.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like
But I'm just
the.
saying that 100 hundreds of a $15,000 campaign,
Mhm.
right? Most of my money is coming from executive producers.
Right.
Is,
No.
is,
Yeah.
is
I
like,
see what you're saying.
so it
And
so it's like I got to think. Okay, those people have already backed. They're not
right,
going
and
to
they already
back
backed the
chapter three.
seven books that are coming down the line.
Exactly. So their money sits in the bank. You know what I mean? It's you know what I mean? It's basically all from the same source anyway because I'm going to spend it to make it happen no matter what. So um, hopefully I make that more friendly cost wise. But so it's really important that I move chapter two, chapter three, and then also people will want to pick up chapter one as time goes by because there's no guarantees I'm going to make as much on this campaign, you know what I mean, as I did the previous one. Because again, everybody who backed the executive producer is they're backed it. They're happy with their backing. They're good with the executive producer. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's going to take probably a little bit more work and a little bit more effort, but I got to introduce it to more people, and I just got to I got to count on the community to believe in me, and I got one of the like I mean like, this is not shit talk. All right, this right here is a 24-page comic book. All right,
hmm
as good as any 24-page comic book on the fucking market as you would expect. Right, it's a beautiful print job, good quality paper, smells good, awesome artwork, right? This shipped to your door with all the campaign extras that they will get because there'll be pinups and bookmarks and trading cards
trading
and
cards. Yeah, yeah,
all that stuff. Plus, it'll be bagged and boarded. All of that for $15 right now on Chapter One
yep,
campaign. $15.
yeah.
That's with the shipping. If you're in the United States, that's shipping included. You're getting that paying $15. That is
Check it
unprecedented
out
pricing. You know what I mean? That's a great deal. Seriously, get on that because
for indie stuff, man. Yeah, that's great, dudes. Yeah, check it. Links in the description below. Get on that. It is like Drew said, a great deal, and it's leading to many, many more stories down the line. And we'll be here to have you on for the rest of those installments, and as we
yeah,
go and grind
I
away at
want to be
the
able to keep the
Pirate King.
prices down. I really do. You know what I mean? I got Brian telling me every freaking time we talk about, like our campaigns, he's all, you got to charge more for your book. You got to charge more for your book. And I'm like, dude, it's like there's a reason why I'm charging what I charge. You know what I mean? I want this, I want to do, this
Yeah, in stores. Yeah,
in stores. I want to do
right.
this with the price on it that makes sense. And because I
Sure.
don't want to have like four issues that are indie issues, and then all of a sudden it starts picking up, and I got to do it pro. I got to do it straight. I got to do it right from the beginning, and I don't want to like gouge people. You know what I mean? So, but it is not cheap to make these books.
Oh
So
yeah,
to
for sure, man.
keep
Yeah,
it,
and don't I know it, man. Do you mind if we talk about the lost pages and then we'll
no, of
wrap this up?
course, man. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I
I
had this.
got pages, damn it.
They,
Where's my book?
it's coming, brother. It's coming. We're shipping in the fall. So I pulled this up
It is the
for.
fall, isn't it? No, wait,
No,
no. Well,
it's not a
fall's
fall. Get
next
out of
month.
here.
Fall's next month.
So I pulled this up for Christopher in the chat. This is the Anubis. I think he was talking about. So this is our interior cover for the wild card story that we just got colored by my boy Eugene. Same colorist on Magic Up. And yeah, we got a wild card hanging from the scale, um, being his soul being weighed against the feather, and we have Scar, his talking wolf sidekick, there trying to help him up. It's super fun. Going to be high octane. You're going to get a lot of personality with this character too, because his wolf buddy is kind of like the wisecracking comic relief. They've known each other for centuries. So in this story, they're in the 1700s, and they have to fight Anubis. Here's another page I wanted to show you guys. This is where Anubis pops up the first time we see him in the story. So
So wait, so they're in the 1700s fighting Anubis?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, this is after it's more of a modern Egypt, but this cult is trying to raise Anubis to reap the souls of the world.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like 1700s. That's like second wave Egypt.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, like it's pretty, what we would think Egypt is. It's not, it's not this bustling empire. There's basically no empire of, the
Well, like
old world
1700s,
stuff.
that'd be like post-slavery Egypt. That's like archaeological, like a little bit pre-archaeological Egypt, right?
Yeah, yeah. There's nothing basically happening except for this is like it's more of it's modern humans that are still worshiping this very small cult is worshiping
It would be
Anubis.
a unique time. That's why I'm like curious because it's like 1700s. It would be post, the all the slavery. Like Egypt would be, like trying to become a society, but
Hmm.
all the monuments, all the if obviously some of them would probably be rated, you know what I mean, trying to for people who are trying to make a buck, but all of the archaeology wouldn't have happened started, you know what I mean, like it wouldn't have actually been a major science, no major digs, all that stuff would be virtually untouched, you know what I mean, that would be
Yeah,
kind of so because of that there'd be a lot of a different kind of understanding of the culture, so it would be an interesting time.
yeah. That's why I put it there. I didn't want it too far back because Wildcard is a character. He's lived since Merlin times, so he has a very linear story to him that I've planned out. So in the main book, we see him in the 1600s at the height of piracy, and he's a captain on a pirate ship. The ship gets overrun by the Siren Sisters. They get his crew gets hypnotized, so he has to fight his crew. He's got to fight these sirens, and so the next link in that linear span is this story when he's in Egypt. He's not on the ship. He's basically um, he's the same person, but years have gone by, so he's changed a little bit. But he doesn't age. He's immortal, so he looks similar. He's got different clothes though. But that's the thing I like about him. I could throw him anywhere. Yeah, King KDI says in the chat. Oh, this one. Damn, so glad I backed the bonus comic. As it looks, it could be a campaign in itself. Yeah, man, you're telling me. There's this book is gonna be, man, more than 45 pages at this part. At this point, since we've unlocked all the stretch goals, which is quite the undertaking. I'm super excited we got to do it, though. You guys made it happen. We could bring all these extra characters to you, like the pianist, the people, so that we got in there as well. Vane, Sims doing this character
So
Vane.
now, do people get that with the book, or they had to get the extra book? They had to back the extra book.
Yeah, so it was a special perk. It was our bonus comic perk. It comes with both books, so the 60-page main book and the bonus comic, which now it's going to be almost like 50 pages, and then it comes with a poster as well of the cover. Or you could throw the bonus comic onto any tier as an add-on. Yeah. Oh, Monstrosis says, what kind of weapon does Wildcard wield? It's a great question, and you could see it right here. So let me zoom in here. It is a two-handed warhammer that he summons with his magical powers. We see that specifically in this story. He gets his magic from the half of the first deck of magic that Merlin makes. So he has these cards that he has in his pouch on his hip. He'll pull some out and then summon that magic from the cards, channel it through his arm, which he has tattoos, magical tattoos on, which we see him do here. His arm starts glowing with magic, and he turns this sword into a snake, so he could do a bunch of cool magic stuff with it. And if he's gonna fight, a big beast, then he summons that magical hammer, the war hammer. Something pretty cool for people to look at. Yeah, very flashy. Yeah, thanks for asking that. I love that character. He's so much fun. And another kind of cool thing is we threw up this recently, which is the interior cover of another character from our bonus comic. This is for Drift Legend. He's a character being drawn by Kyung Lee. So if you guys are into manga style comics, then this is the character for you. And we definitely wanted to get top of the line manga artist Kyung to do this story for us. Yeah, everything's going great. We just had our last backer was actually Billy Tucci, so he put us over that 600 spot, 25,600. So if you guys haven't already, check it out. And yeah, you guys won't be disappointed in backing the Lost Pages or Captain Love. These are quality comics coming from quality printers and creators.
Yeah.
So yeah, check
In
it.
fact, we actually use the same printer.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, mix them. They're killing it, man. They are killing it. Yeah, if anyone, any more questions, just feel free to ask. Get the mask. Yeah, we do have a mask for your pandemic needs. If you guys, if you guys care about that, I'll scroll down to that and show that really quickly. It's something little swaggy merch stuff that we're trying to get into. Really,
I want
some
to do
fun
more
stuff.
merch stuff too, but I have to balance like the ability to do merch with how much the campaign pulls. You know.
Yeah, the whole thing. I always say this whole thing's a big experiment. So like the thing with the masks, we wanted to do some merch thing. We kind of thought of it really quick and ran out a prototype, which I have somewhere over here. And we're like, hey, if this thing doesn't sell, then we have this prototype. We don't have to make any more. But if it does, then we can make some money off it. So it's just some fun stuff to rep, the book and us at Zade Comics.
Yeah, T-shirts were actually kind of easy because you can just like use you have the design and then you can just drop ship as ordered. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're actually making our own T-shirts.
Yeah, but then
Um,
don't you have to do the inventory on that? That's the part that I hate is I have to have the inventory on the T-shirts when I can just drop ship them. I mean, I
oh, I
think
see what you're saying. Yeah, we're not doing them on the campaign. We have an Etsy store set up for printing on demand that we do ourselves, and we'll
you
ship
have
them out.
a one-off printer. So
Yeah,
that
yeah,
helps.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, everybody in the chat, thank you for tuning in. Like I said, hit that like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Drew, where can people find you, brother, if they're looking for you?
The Drew Love, like right there, says at the Drew Love underneath my
Yes,
face there. That is me on YouTube. So go to youtube.com/, the Drew Love. You go to twitter.com/, the Drew Love. You go to instagram.com/, the Drew Love. You will find
yes.
me at those locations.
Awesome, man. Yeah, and everybody check out his book, Captain Love, in demand now on Indiegogo. Definitely pick it up. You're gonna get some action, some awesome, sexy action with this one, and it's a great series. So there's more to come in the Captain Love series. So
Yeah,
check that out.
there's no doubt there's going to be plenty of Captain Love coming at you. The one
Yes.
thing that you want to doubt, like these floppies, okay, these are not going to be reprinted. When these are gone, that's it. That's it,
Yeah.
right? So if we run out of chapter ones, you know what I mean? Then guess what? You don't get a chapter one. You know what I mean? So the floppies are beautiful. You know what I mean? Uh, some of them will be coming with the extras. You know what I mean? At some point, I'm going to cut off the extras.
Yeah.
Because I'm not. I there's no point. You know what I mean? If you backed the campaign before there were stretch goals, you know what I mean? When the stretch goals ended, they ended. When you end stretch goals of fulfillment. You know what I mean? So. I filled up a bunch of books so I have a bunch of books that are set up like this. If you order you'll probably get one of those if you order now. You know, but when I finish those, I'm probably not going to fill up more books like that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
you won't be getting the stretch goals. You know what I mean?
yeah.
With
Grab it up, people. It's while while supplies last, and then definitely sign up for that mailing list.
yeah.
Um, yeah, we're gonna take off. Thank you again for everybody that stopped by. Head on over, subscribe to here, and check out these books, guys.
Make sure you
We
slam
will.
that button.
We'll.
Hit it
What's
so
up?
hard it fucking wants to like slap you back.
Yeah, hit it, brothers. All right.